Hey guys, this is Bruce Marshall. Welcome to the weekly newsletter for April the 9th. I had to double check there. Got three stocks for us to consider right now. Let's jump right in. As we know, we had a wild move overnight. This was from the ceasefire Iran thing, and also kind of more importantly, crude oil prices coming down back down to 96 area. So big change there in sentiment. Huge gap up here. I'll just do it this way. I know you guys have seen this already by the time I do this, but 6,300 SPX 6,300 a couple days ago and 6,800 right now. So let's see, what day was that? That was last Monday. So 500 points um, in a week. So big move. So what does that mean for us? That means that it makes it much more difficult to choose a direction here. We don't know. Are we going to get to continuation in this thing? Was that the low? That's the bigger question. Was that the low? And the low is put in, and we're going to go higher. Everything's great. I don't really think so, but we'll see. But at the same time, are we going to roll over and fail and come back down here? I don't know that either. It's just too hard to tell. This just happened. Actually happened today. I'm recording this on the 8th. But we shall see if we get follow through and all that kind of stuff. Now we have Fed meeting this month as well. So anyway, that's the reason I mention that, is because that determines the type stocks that I put on the list to look for. And I'm going to make a couple of assumptions here. We gotta assume that maybe this is the low, and if that's so, maybe we do keep going up, and maybe it's it might not be straight up. Maybe it's kind of chopping around. It takes a little while, but that's the first assumption for the first stock anyway. And the first stock on our list here, we're going to go back to an oldie but goodie, Micron. Everybody likes Micron technology, right? So Micron up here, I mean, just super strong, great stock, great sector that we're in. And of course, the stock has just, been on fire here, right? 471 was the high there right after earnings. And then, we came back down here. Now we were below. There's a 200, there's the 50, there's the 20. So, on this gap up that we're back above. Let me clean that up a little bit. We're back above the 20. We're back above the 50. Let me switch this out to my grab candles here. As you can see, we're back in business. We're above the 34. Propulsion dots are firing. It looks like we want to go up here. I think we do. If the market does turn around and if things get better, I think Micron will be one of the leaders. It will continue to be one of the leaders. It has lower left, upper right. Great looking chart, right? This company, I'm looking up here, 3 years earnings growth rate 409%, profit margin about 23%. What's not to love about that? So earnings are not until out here in June. It's a little bit off cycle than the traditional Apple, Amazon, Google stuff, but that's good. You can play that this way. So again, Micron, what's not to love about this? If the market is resuming its upward trajectory, I think Micron will not only follow, I think it will lead, especially over time. Now give it a little time. Maybe it does pull back a little bit here and then keep going, but again, just put this on your watch list. So that Micron Technologies number, the first one that we're going to talk about. The second one's a little more aggressive. I like to find kind of the aggressive stuff. We all know the name, but haven't looked at it in a little while. Is Rocket Lab. Coming back to Rocket Lab here. Now, Rocket Lab, if you really look at Rocket Lab, of course, all things rockets and low orbit and long duration rockets and things like that. It's great. We love it. It's fun to watch and all that kind of stuff. If you look at the numbers on it, it's pretty aggressive. They don't, they're not making they're not making a lot of money. Yet they will, I think. This one is a little bit more aggressive play. We have, again, these are 34 EMAs now. These are pointing the wrong way, but we are breaking out above this again on this move today. We have earnings out here. This is on I believe it's the 7th. Yeah, May the 7th. It's not confirmed. You see that little question mark right there. But I would like to position here for a good quarter for May 7th, and with limited risk. and we can talk about that. Let me know. Maybe we look at a debit spread or something like that. But anyway, put that on your, put that on your list. You know, I like Rocket Lab. I've made a lot of money in Rocket Lab. I'm currently not in it. When all this started coming down so hard, I kind of backed off a lot of the tech names, but this is definitely one to put on your list. So that's number two. Number three, we're going back to another old goodie, old favorite here is our old friend Walmart. So you might look at that and go, why in the world would you want to look at Walmart? This has been a good stock for not years but decades. It's just been pretty consistent, like lower left, upper right. We like it, all that kind of stuff. It has pulled back, same thing, 34 EMAs right there. We do have a dividend coming up out here on the May the 8th. Now the dividend is 25 cents a share. It's a 0.78 yield. That's okay with me. It's a growing dividend, right? So be aware of that. That's not a reason to buy the stock, but it helps, right? It certainly doesn't hurt. Let's swap this back over to moving averages here, and you can see crossover. There's a 50 and there's the 20. We're above the 200. Everything looks good. Now the earnings are coming up out here on about May 15th. It's not confirmed, but around May 15th. So again, we could look to do something ahead of the earnings. So think about this as well. Now that at least temporarily the conflict is being resolved, and with Iran and all that kind of stuff, oil prices are coming down. Who does that benefit? Consumers, right? Spending money, and not only that, shipping product and all that kind of stuff, right? So they should get tailwind from this. So that's why I like Walmart. I mentioned FIVE in last week's newsletter. Still like that one, but put Walmart on the list as well. Again, dividends on May the 8th, and earnings are on about the 15th of May. So those are three names to put on the list this week. Again, a lot is going to depend on what goes on with the S&P. And is this going to continue or not? I do think the chance of some kind of crazy black swan thing is much less now than it was, and I do think we have a pretty good chance of going higher here. So, but just be careful, because the low may not be the low, right? So anyway, good trading. Be careful. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you at the next update. Thanks. Take care.